Hey there, busy mom. Are you looking for something for Taco Tuesday that is cheaper than takeout, super fast to get on the table, and is completely stress free? If so, stick around because tonight's menu might be just what you're looking for. If you're new here, my name is Hope, and welcome to the Savvy Saver Kitchen. Um, I am a seasoned mom who's just looking to share the things that I have learned in the kitchen over the course of the past 30 years and all the tips and tricks and know hows that 25-year-old Hope wish that she had had access to. If I can help you to get a healthy meal on the table, to serve your family something that is not going to break the bank, but is going to serve them nutritiously, then I have completed my mission. And hopefully, we'll have a little fun along the way. So, Tuesday in our household is typically, we call it Taco Tuesday. I just stick to sort of a rhythm for menu planning, and it doesn't mean that we have tacos every Tuesday, but I kind of go with a Mexican theme on Tuesdays in general. And today I was out of ground beef, so we're not doing tacos, but I do have a lot of chicken because it was on sale this week. So I have two large chicken breasts, which are a little bit over a pound and a half together. So that's what I'm going to be working with, and let's get started. So I am going to start off by turning my cooktop on medium-low heat, and this is and adding a little bit of avocado oil to my pan. Now, one of the things that I took forever to learn is that it is far better to raise the temperature of my frying pan to up to the temperature that I want in a slow, gradual increase rather than turning it on high, because things are going to stick that way. While that oil is heating up, I'm going to start with my two large chicken breasts. Like I said, those are pretty massive and don't normally have some that are that large. But I'm going to start off by just slicing these into strips, and I'm going to end up cubing this chicken. So I'm going to slice it up into chunks or long strips, and then take a little bit of that membrane there and just start cutting into small pieces. Now, obviously, slice the chicken the way it's going to work best for your family. If you have littles in your household and you need to cut smaller, do so. Also, cutting it smaller is going to cook faster. So it's kind of a catch-22. Takes a little bit longer to cut it up smaller, but it also will go a little further, and it will cook faster. So you do what's going to bless your family the most. I'm kind of going midway here. Some of these are a little thick. Now, this recipe is going to give you about 4 good adult servings, but obviously you can stretch it by adding more vegetables to it. You also can stretch it by adding more rice. Now, this is going to be a fajita bowl, but you could always take the mixture and place it in a tortilla if you decide to do that. I'm choosing to do it over rice and create a fajita bowl, just so that we are kind of reducing a little bit of the glutens in our diet. Just trying to be a little bit careful about that. But you can always serve it up in a different way. It's very versatile. You could serve it over pasta. You could serve it over tortilla, or obviously, you can do it over rice. I did not mention it, I did not show it, but I did wash my hands before I started this, but I am going to wash them again in just a minute as soon as I add this chicken to the pot, because I want to be careful that I don't cross-contaminate anything. Okay, that is still not quite ready, so I'm going to set my chicken aside. Now I have just washed my hands, and I'm going to start cutting my peppers and onions. I'm going to start with the onion first, since I don't have any seeds to deal with here. I am going to work with about half a pepper. I'm going to work with half an onion, and I am just going to leave this in long strips so that I get the onion and my husband can pick it out very easily. Sometimes I will take his onions and put them in my plate if I'm feeling really generous and time is not an issue, because he definitely does not mind losing the onion. So those are going to be pretty large pieces and will be pretty visible. Okay. Now I'm going to slice up the sweet peppers. Now, I did not learn this until, well, way too late in life, but if you want to avoid having to deal with all the seeds, when you are cutting your pepper, slice it as if you're peeling it. Start at the top, down the sides, and see how that membrane stays in the middle and the seed stays in the middle. Then you don't have little seeds everywhere in your kitchen. They all kind of come out together. Wonderful, voila. I'm going to set those aside for our chickens. They love seeds and all of our vegetable scraps. Nothing goes to waste around here, because the animals, either a dog will eat it, or a chicken will eat it, or it gets put in a bag in the freezer for going into bone broth. So nothing goes to waste. There we go. One pepper quickly sliced. A pan. I'm going to turn it up just a little bit. Almost ready. And I'm going to slice the other pepper the same way. Now you can use any color peppers. This just happen to be the two colors that I have. Also makes for a colorful dish if they are like red and yellow, but that is certainly not necessary. You also can use green peppers. They're just are not quite as sweet as the red and like yellow or orange peppers, but they're all good. Okay, I can feel that that's nice and hot, and I'm going to start adding in my chicken breast. Give that sizzle. Now, one of our toppings, I had a half of an avocado left over from breakfast yesterday, so I have just mashed that up in a small dish, and I'm going to make a really simple guac just for the topping by adding a little salt and a little bit of fine ground black pepper, then a little pinch of garlic. You could also add some onion to that if you would like, but I'm going to leave that off since my husband and I will both be eating this. And I'm going to add a little teaspoon of some lime juice and just mix that up. Not a whole lot, and if you're making guac at home, you may have kiddos that don't eat it anyway, so usually a little bit goes a long ways as far as just a little garnish top to it. I also have some cilantro that I'm going to top with, so I'm going to try to get some of the stems out. Stems don't really bother me so much, but when they're kind of woody, like some of these are, I like to at least take the majority of that off. So I'm pulling the leaves mostly off of these. You could spend a lot more effort if you like, but not really necessary to pull all of that off. Okay, so that is going to give me plenty for topping with, and I'm just doing a little rough chop of those. And this would just be to garnish on top of our fajita bowl. So I'm going to set that aside. Topping. Chicken is just done, and we're going to add our peppers. Mix all the seasonings together. I'm going to saute that for about 5 to 7 minutes. When the onions start to become a little translucent and the peppers start to wilt a little bit, then your bowl's ready. Okay, there we have it. Our onions are translucent, peppers are starting to wilt, so they're perfectly ready to plate up. There you have it. We are calling it a day, and it is time for dinner and a little break from work. Hope you guys enjoy it, and check back tomorrow because we are making chili lime chicken legs. A really fun recipe, and I hope that you'll enjoy it. Until then, you have a blessed day.